Aloha, Shan.
How you doing, guys?
We're doing awesome. Give him another 30 seconds and we'll be on. We just want to make sure that we got your advertisement going on your core health products. We want to make sure that's everyone sees that. We'll be on a couple
Amazing.
your amazing cohort products, and um, so let's get started here, guys.
Where's your water? Where's your water? Where's the water? All right. All right.
Aloha, guys. I'm Daryl, and this is Derek Feliciano, and we are the Feliciano brothers. And so we always start our program the same way, the same place. So for sure, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and for sure, good morning tomorrow, because we know people are coming on from Indonesia, and so that's the next day. So this is how we start our program all the time. So I'm going to bring up Derek.
Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
I hope all you guys have amazing masks on. So, keeping it real. We got too much people here, so we're going to, okay, maybe not. Let's take this off for a second. All right. So, for most of you guys probably know my routine, and I do it at every program as much as possible. I try to do it 98% of the time. So, for those of you guys who know who I am, I'm looking for you guys to grab you guys' glass of water. We're going to do a toast. If you guys don't mind joining me in an amazing toast. I give you guys a few seconds to grab you guys' good 9.5 or whatever you guys are drinking.
Yeah.
Some people want to drink clean water, so I'm okay. Just,
And some probably want to drink others.
Some is drinking 2.5 because they're afraid of whatever they are afraid of. All right. So here we go. Aloha to water.
Aloha.
I do that at every single program as much as possible, and there's a purpose behind that. The number one reason why I do it is because I truly believe that water is that important. I mean, if we look at life, water is that important, right? For most of us. For all of us, and everything entity that's on this earth today needs to have some sort of water in their life. The second reason why I do that is because I truly believe that we should be drinking water throughout the program. The more you guys drink, the better it is. I feel good. I believe that my future is to help people just drink good, healthy, organic water, and to actually understand how important water is. And my passion, my goal, my desire is to go ahead and teach as much people as possible what is water. So I love toasting it to water. So let me get back to you. Look at the mask on.
Awesome. So I just have like something to help people out there. If you do believe in the mass, if you don't believe in the mass, I want to show something to you guys, because to me, I love every one of you guys and our teams all around the world. And I know I'm helping people doing this presentation as I still go to houses and do it. So we do protocol. So we definitely use 2.5. It's all over the place. This is, oh yeah, that's 2.5. This is 2.5. This is the magic. And so we actually, as we walk into our house, we're definitely spraying 2.5 all over us, and we're spraying it on our masks and our hands. And then so when we're done, we do the same thing. We come out and definitely spray our masks, and we put it. And the one thing that we're doing is, I want to explain something really, really crucial, is that I'm noticing that as I go to cars, I see they're hanging up their masks on their cars and stuff. I want to just try to help to understand if I'm saying the right words. A doctor who goes to have surgery, they come off and the stuff, all their clothes, the PPEs, what they do when they're done is they actually put in a bag or put them in they should throw it away, or they sanitize it. They put it in another container, take everything off and put them in. They do not go hang up their stuffs in their car. If you believe or you don't believe, but you're using a mask that you think that's protecting you. So my pet peeve right now is that if it's on the mask and you walk in your car and you're hanging up in your car on your mirrors and your air conditioner is flying, then if you get something on it, where is it going? Back on you. So what I'm saying is that we're teaching our teams that, hey, you take a Ziploc bag or a bag by itself, and when you take off your mask before you go into your car, and you actually, like the doctors, they actually put it away. So you put it in your bag and you zip it tight, and you take it home and go wash it. You take it home. You don't hang it on your cars, because if you are trying to be preventive, you guys need to see what is on the mask or whatever you're wearing. We come off a demo. We probably do 2-3 demos, and at every single demo, we're changing clothes, because I don't want to bring what I brought here to the next demo. And so that's what we're doing. So I'm just trying to help you guys understand. Hey, grab a bag. Don't hang it on you guys' car. Don't reuse it. This is crazy. You guys hang it up and then reuse it. You got it from another store, and you guys might get something on this thing. And if we have to wear it, if it's mandatory to wear it in the store, then hey, at least you're diligent and be protected yourself. And so definitely that's one thing that I'm so worried about a lot of families right now, because we definitely don't want to bring anything to you guys that's not necessary, like these germs we don't want. So before we open up this program with Derek, I gotta do a little bit. I got a request. So teams in Hawaii. These are some of the cool things that these guys have. There's a little cool bag. I don't know if you guys see this bag before.
Oh, wait, before you get to there, I just want to add just one more thing to for those of you guys who call it 2.5. I want to make sure you guys, if you guys ever bought a machine, or if you guys have a machine in you guys' packet, you guys actually can read the brochure on you guys' medical device or you guys' machine, whichever you guys have. If you guys are getting 2.5, there's actually a specific name. It's hydroporous acid, and it's actually spelled out on your brochure that Enagic gives you. So Enagic's giving you a brochure in you guys' machine or you guys' medical device, whichever you guys call it. In there on the flyer itself, if you guys read what is strong acetic acid, it specifically says hydroporous acid, and that's a good thing for you guys to research. We're about teaching and researching and learning. So for those of you guys who want to take a next step in how amazing our water is, that's a good direction.
Hey, that's an awesome hint and clues that we give out at every program we do. That's an awesome hint and clues. And go research that. And so as I want to bring up this incredible, awesome guy, but before I do that, these bags here. So in Hawaii, for some places in Hawaii, they sell a faucet but they don't have it on the web. You can't buy it. It's just like an on-off by single. So there's this pretty cool faucet like this that has Enagic. I don't know if I can get this thing there. It says Enagic on top of these things right there. And so you hook up your machine to this separate line, and so on and off valves. If you're in Hawaii, this is one of them that we're actually sharing that you can get. And this one right here is another one that's pretty cool. And I'm not too sure the source. I want to say Tamia and Tony Williams that out of New York, that they're sending this out to help the teams out. And this is another one that the 2.5 actually comes out of the line. And there again, it says Enagic on the front of this thing. So if you guys are looking for something like this, definitely text us in the comments. Dean Hernandez, he's actually bringing it in for a lot of their teams who's looking for something like this. So if you're looking for something like this and the Enagic office we can't get it. We can't get the original we buy from Enagic right now. For now, until the thing comes down. This is another one that they actually have. So you guys are welcome to call Dean if you don't know. And if you don't know his number, call Top Team Hawaii, message us, and we'll get you information on these things. So this is a pretty cool deal. Again, this is Enagic on top. It's pretty cool. This is where 2.5 come on. Anyway, great. So now, Derek, would you love to bring up this awesome, incredible person? Can you?
So we got the pleasure to actually bring up an amazing individual, and and uh, I personally got to meet him about 6.5 years ago. It was an awesome program. We were in Eastern Washington, and he shows up, and he doesn't. His luggage does not make it with him, so he just shows up with jeans and a private shirt that he just came off the airplane with, and he just puts on a show that was like, oh my gosh, I was. At that present moment in my life, I realized that what you needed in life was information, not a process. And this guy's information was just out the ballpark. It was completely awesome. He speaks very, very well. He's got an amazing. Him and his wife is. Sorry to say this, but I love to say this actually. Ken and Barbie. I mean, they're just like the rock stars of this industry. But as he was on stage, he just in jeans, and I'm expecting some guy who with a suit on, and this guy is just out there. And the more he talked, the more the information was more impactful in my life than ever before. And I am privileged to have him come to Hawaii, and when we go to Arizona, and just the opportunity for us to actually call him a friend is completely amazing to me and my family, and my daughter, and we appreciate all that this guy does. But I'm not going to bring him on, and I'm going to let Daryl bring him on, because Daryl, you bring him on because you got to say.
Because he's actually totally incredible. He touches our hearts at all different angles. I got to tell you guys a story, a pretty cool story. And so the way we met Shan is that he came down for our event here, and we said hi. Literally just said hi. Not even talked to him. He was busy doing stuff in Hawaii, and he just said hi. And we flew to Arizona, and was in for whatever reason, he was in a hospital. Oh, actually, I have to say, my dad got sick, so he was in a hospital, and I know this. I don't want to make this a long story, but he was in a hospital, and I'm telling my brother, who got no clue about this business at all, don't know who Shan is. He goes, "Hey, that's Shan." He goes, "Well, why would Shan be in a hospital? Like why would Shan be here? I didn't know where he lives. Like, this is like rare, like out of the blue." Anyway, he walks by, I jump up, look for him. He's not there. I'm like, he just disappeared. So I come back, sit down, and I go, "Oh, there he is again." He just like walked past. He was eating. He walked past in a cafeteria. And I go right there, and I jump up, I walk toward him, and he disappeared. I don't know if he went into a room or he just like totally disappeared. So my brother got no clue who we're looking for. He goes, "I'll find him." And so he jumps up, and he's walking, and he's gone for like 10, 15 minutes. I go, "I better go find my brother." We look for him. He goes, "Don't know where he is, got no clue. I don't know where he is. He just disappeared." But we're walking back, and he goes, "There he is, in the cafeteria now." So we walk up to him, and he goes, "Hey, is your name Shan?" And he turns around and looks like, and he looks down. This might be the hint. And he looks down, and, "You guys from Hawaii?" I'm like, "Yeah, how you know? Like, you never really met me." I'm guessing the slippers gave it away. So anyway, and so he goes, "What you guys doing here?" I said, "My dad's in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. We're out here for the global event. It's going to be in Vegas. And it's in a couple more days. We're hoping Dad will be able to make it." And so he says, "Hi." He said, "Okay, awesome. Pray for your dad." And then we separate. We part our ways. And we go to the event. Dad's healthy enough to go to the event. We go to the event. And there's a giant crowd. This is my perception, my reality. Me and C is walking, and there's a giant crowd around Shan. There's like a whole bunch of us asking Shan questions. And we walk by him. And he jumps out of the, "Oh, excuse me. And he breaks his crowd, and he comes to us, and he asks me, "Hey, how's your dad?" If you didn't even get that, that's his heart.
Yes.
He broke up the crowd just to ask us, "How's our dad doing?" And since then, we've been best friends. His family, he has an incredible wife, like my brother said, Ken and Barbie, but he has three incredible kids. That's I can imagine what Shan did when he was young. So his youngest right there is probably just like him, because he just goes all over and do all kinds of stuff. He probably outsmart all the kids, the youngest. And then Shandy, he's totally awesome, so beautiful, and goes around and she can speak on stages, and she can actually she traveled on her own around on the other side of the world, and then of course the oldest the oldest son no I babe, because you're on this side, do you want to say a little about Cameron? Cayman? Do you want to say a little bit about Cayman?
Yeah, he's amazing. He runs the store very well.
Very. There's an incredible story. I'm Derek's son. Sorry, Derek. Hold on. Just a little. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Sorry guys for that.
There we go.
There we go.
Right.
So come, babe, come. Bring up Cayman. So explain a little bit of. Look at Joe's front. Come here.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. She wants a little pretty. Come here.
Bobby's seen a lot of stuff here.
Look, say.
Okay.
And so talk about the store. Yeah, exactly. Talk about that incredible store that they have up there in Arizona.
It is an awesome store. They open it up to everybody.
Exactly.
And you know, Arizona is a dry place, so everybody needs to be hydrated.
Exactly. And
Yes.
so it's called Kangen Water Store in Mesa. And so definitely this family is a family oriented. They work together so diligently, so awesome and incredible. So love them so much. I want my beautiful other half to bring him up.
Yeah, Shan. We're so blessed to have you. And we,
Oh, and look, Shan's closed.
huh?
Open Shan. I can't hear Shan.
Shan, I can't hear you.
What's wrong? Shan's not
He's
on.
not gonna open it.
He's
Shan, wait, Shan. Hold on.
You
Wait.
gotta-
But you gotta open it. I can't open it. How come?
I'm totally kidding.
He's not muted.
Oh, you're awesome.
Right.
Nah, it's so good to be here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Very
Yes.
clear. Everybody thumbs
Oh,
up.
wait.
Thumbs up.
Sia said
No,
no.
Sia said no. Look at Sia. No.
Can everybody else hear but
Can
Sia?
everybody else here put your thumbs up if you can hear Shan? Can you hear Shan? Thumbs
Okay.
up. Thumbs up. Okay, Sia.
No. Yeah.
Good job, everyone. Right on.
Put Shan.
That's because Sia muted me.
Take off Sia. Take off Sia. Sia. Open up
Nah,
Sia.
it's so good to be here. It's always an honor when you guys invite me to come on any of your calls or anything that you do from your events. They're always so family oriented, and you guys are just always so gracious. The whole family, the whole crew, everyone that I can see and can't see on the screen. It's always an honor. So thank you for having me.
Well, Shan, thank you for being on today. And you guys, he is the face and owner of Core Health Products. I mean, look at his handsome self.
Yes.
He's a hydration coach for pro athletes all around.
Nutritionist.
Nutrition coach for pro athletes. And so he's got to work with all the Dodgers, Yankees.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
UFC
Baseball,
fighters,
basketball.
football players. And so we just want to definitely make sure that you guys know that Shan is incredible and taking his time out for each and one of you guys. So go. You're in, Shan. You're all in.
All right. So
Love you.
we're gonna do some Q&As, but before we get to Q&As, I kind of wanted Shan to just kind of tell us a little bit, like, you know, give us a little intro of you, for those. Yes.
Wait, before we bring him up, I mean, we're bringing him up,
Right.
but I want to make sure you guys know that you guys can ask questions. So how the questions goes is that you guys put them in the comments, and at the end of the program,
Right.
They'll bring up the questions, and as long as it's about what Shan's doing, I'm not sure that he could answer any corporate information. So those kind of questions will go to corporate, and so we're gonna leave the nutrition side and the loving Shan side all in. So we'll ask those questions. So if you want to write it in at the end of the program, we'll give a couple minutes and we'll ask Shan those questions. And I guarantee he'd love to hear you guys just appreciate, to say hi or thank you or whatever it is, just to say it to him. So and you'll be able to see it. So now you want to go.
All right. So let's just get Shan to just give us an intro. So at least for those of you who don't know Shan or is on these lives or whatever they're doing around the world right now, why don't you give them just a little synopsis about what you do and what kind of is who you are?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, and just as a very quick overview, so we can get right to the meat of the reason why you all are here. I've been in the industry, health and wellness industry, for over 20 years. I've had the great fortune of working with some of the greatest Major League Baseball, football, basketball, professional athletes that the world has ever known, and it's been a great honor to do so. But more importantly, I've had the bigger honor to be able to work with the masses, the daily individual people that are truly out there looking to improve their quality of life by improving the foods that they're eating and the air that they're breathing, and more importantly for this call, for the water that they're drinking. And so, it's just been a lot of fun. And over the past 20 plus years, there have been some things, that come and go. A lot of things really come into the market and everyone thinks this is going to be the greatest thing. And then 2 weeks later or a month later or 2 years later or maybe 6 years later, they're gone. So there's a lot of flash in the pan stuff, but Enagic has already withstood the test of time. It's very credible. It's a growing company. There's credibility in the people that are joining it. There's credibility in the management. And so, it's a lot of fun to be able to come on and talk a lot about that. And that's really what I do every day through our store here in Mesa, Arizona, Kangen Water Store AZ. And, we just try and share everything that we can with everyone that's interested in doing it. So with that, let's go ahead and get right into the meat of the call, and whatever questions you guys want me to answer, I'm happy to do it.
Right on. Well, first of all, we do appreciate that that your energy was, before you got involved in this industry, your energy was in the well-being of the body, and I was hoping that you were going to talk a little bit about consumption versus utilization, and
yep.
I kind of, I'm hoping that throughout the program, that's kind of where I want to drive. So is get we on the call are out there talking to people, and as well as you've done this with the masses, with the not only the masses but with the elite masses, and we have to learn. I believe that you have a great art in teaching people about consumption versus utilization, and I hope throughout this program you're going to keep tapping on that little equation, because I believe that's the heart. That's a big part of why you're so successful in what you do.
Well, I appreciate that, and let's just set that as the foundation. When I started in the industry of health and wellness, it was always focused around nutrition, and my nutritional company has a saying, if you will, that you hear me say all the time, and that is that nutrient utilization is more important than just nutrient consumption. Just because you consume healthy foods does not necessarily mean you're going to be a healthy person. Well, that same thing holds true to the waters that we drink or the liquids that we drink. Many people drink more than a gallon of water every day, but they're still very unhealthy and very much dehydrated because the lack of absorption or utilization. And so the same principle holds true with our Kangen water that does with my nutritional products. And that is that we have access to a liquid or a nutrient that not when it is consumed, it is actually utilized. So that's really the basis of what you're talking about there. And I'm sure I'll draw from that multiple times as we go through it. But just too many people are drinking other companies or other sources of water that might be filtered, it might be clean, it might be clear, it might even be alkaline, but more often than not, it's alkaline, not alkalizing, which I'm sure we'll talk about. And, we got to talk about the usage of that water rather than just the pouring it in the mouth and coming out in the toilet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. We're gonna just change just a little bit, just go back to, just kind of give us give us a little bit, you were involved in a different company, and where did the transformation come into? How did Enagic get involved with your process?
Good question. I've always been involved in nutrition primarily. When I started, New York Yankees was the very first team that I started working with, and when I started working with them, it dawned on me very, very quickly that one program was basically presented to all athletes, and that's just can't be the case. You can't have the same athletes because every body is different. And so that's where I started looking into how are nutrients utilized between each individual. One individual can really grow on certain amounts of protein, and the next individual doesn't do well on protein at all, or one does better on carbs and not on fat, or one can eat all kinds of fat and no carbs. So once we started looking into that, it was very easy to see that each and every nutrient has to be broken down for the body to be able to utilize it. And each and every nutrient has a very specific set of enzymes required for that. So the enzymes that digest protein are completely different and do nothing for carbohydrates or fats. The enzymes that break down carbohydrates do nothing for proteins and fats, and so on and so forth. And so when I started teaching that, I also quickly learned 20-ish years ago that enzymes are very alkalizing, and that the higher an athlete's acidity is, or human for that matter, you guys have heard me say we're all athletes on our own fields of play. Okay, you might not get paid as much as a professional, but you're still an athlete when you wake up in the morning because you desire to perform at your best on whatever your field is, whether it's business, whether it's church, whether it's whatever. And so that was one of the things that I learned is the sooner and more we can keep the acidity down, the better that athlete performs in whatever he or she is doing. And the only thing that we had to draw on at that time, 20 years ago, was alkalizing nutrients. If any of you've ever tried to eat an alkaline diet, you know that it's a lot of fun for about 1 hour and then it's done. That's it. It's tough. It's difficult. No one stays with a truly alkaline diet. So fast forward about 13 years, which was about now 7-8 years ago ish, somewhere right in there, I was introduced to a water that is alkalizing. And I said, oh, you mean alkaline water? And they said, no, it's going to alkalize the body. And that's really where my transformation started, as I started looking into, hey, if we can find a water that is alkalizing, and if in fact our body is made up almost exclusively of water, wouldn't that be the easiest way to change the pH or acidity or alkalinity of our body rather than trying to change it based on 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day or whatever it is? And sure enough, that's one of the things that we found very quickly was Enagic's Kangen water really provided a true ionized alkalizing form of water that has a higher absorption rate, that has a higher transformation rate, that has all of these benefits. And that's one of the things that I learned very quickly, firsthand experience with myself and my family. And that's where it all started. So from that point forward, it was a perfect match between my nutritional core health products, enzyme-based, which are alkalizing, and alkalizing forms of water. Now you've got the best of both worlds, a 1-2 punch, and that's really what I've been doing and love doing it ever since.
That is an amazing. You know what, the way you explain that is like just music to my ears, because I believe water is that important and people don't know enough about water. So for because we have because you are a nutritionist and because you have the you're involved with big name people, okay? I just kind of want you to explain, how did they approach you? I mean, what made you decide to look into what you was already in utilization? So you know, a lot of people believe that they have that I've got the right vitamin, or I've got the right I got the right diet, right. I've got whatever it is. And you're when we go out there and we approach people who are nutritionists or who have a great established their office or established their process in their life, and we want to tell them, hey, try the water, or water and what you do together works. How did they approach you? Well, what's the story behind you? How did you get to say, yeah, let me try this water? How did that go with you?
Well, everybody has what I refer to as the hook, meaning you get pitched all kinds of stuff all the time, and unless you get hooked by something that resonates with you, you really don't have time to give it a whole lot of effort or a whole lot of time or a whole lot of research. And that's where I had gotten, not that I wasn't willing and interested in looking at everything available for my clients, but because of the clientele that I had, I would get inundated with, oh, this is the greatest thing out there. Oh, this is the newest juice. This is the newest pill. This is the newest powder. This is the newest, oh, and every one of them are revolutionary, and it's going to make you jump higher and run faster and grow more, and you know, all of those things, until you get that something that resonates with you. And my hook was when someone, in fact, it was, many of you know, it was Jim Gilliland and Fred Brown. They started talking to me about this water that was unique. Now, like many of you, I was like, come on, guys. There's everything out there. I'm not interested in water. I've got my filtered water. In fact, at the time, I was teaching my athletes to drink Gatorades and those types of things. So there was just no interest there until they said the magic words to me. It might not mean anything to anybody else, but you have to find what that person's interest is and then tailor your pitch to that person. And that's why asking questions are so important in the approach of building a business. What it was for me is either Jim or Fred, I think it was Jim, but he said, Shan, what if we had a water that had a higher absorption rate than the other waters? And I said, well, they all say that, that's good. And he said, well, what if you could drink 1 gallon of ours and 1 gallon of someone else's water, and both of them might be very clean and pure and filtered and all of that, but you use 3/4 of ours at a cellular level and you only use 1/4 of theirs at a cellular level. Would that be of value to you? And all of a sudden it hit me. I said, wait, Jim, so are you saying that you have something that is more absorbable and usable than the other forms? And he said, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because of this process that this water goes through, this ionization process, our water is broken down into smaller particles for higher absorption. And because my basis is nutrient utilization is more important than just nutrient consumption, that was my hook. That was what made me say, okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'm very skeptical. I highly doubt that it's the case, but I'll take a look at it. And that's really where it started for me, was looking at this ionization process, looking at the science behind using metals and electricity with water to create a process that breaks these molecules down into a smaller particle. That's where it started for me. Now, quite honestly, more people are going to have a hook around maybe the 2.5 kills all the bacteria stuff. Another's going to have a bigger hook around reduces the alcohol or reduces the acidity. Everybody has their hook, but that was mine, guys, was nutrient utilization. In other words, water, hydration utilization, more important than just pouring it in and hoping it gets there. So that's where it started for me. That was my hook.
You know, I could probably end the conversation here and be done. Because that, what you just said is like not a small piece of gold nugget, like a giant piece of gold nugget. And you're a nutritionist, and for most of us, you guys, your challenge is you guys want to go after something like Shan. All right, you're like, oh, but that's not no but. We have the right water with the right absorption, and we have the right and it's utilization versus consumption. So we really have, if you're out there trying to see a athlete or that's a true athlete, or or somebody who is, especially here in Hawaii, who's trying to get healthier, or in the nutritionist or the the organic lifestyle, we have guidance here. that is a great way to approach someone and actually let them, take it from him. That's a really good hook, as he called it, a good hook. I truly believe that we as eMagic is appreciated that you got hooked, because you brought a different game to the table for many of us around the world.
Exactly.
So weren't you taking core health to not
Out of country.
out of country? Where did you go last? You just was in. Where were you last? You were
What country?
China?
China. That's right.
Yeah.
And a big event doing core health, right? And so you're not just United States. You're like in a global set, and for us to have you with us, that's just an amazing feat for our side, and for you to help us and support the people that are around us. Let's see here. I want to. My bad. Technology today, I'm going to say I know the answer, but I kind of want to hear it from you. So, if you had to start all over, this is you're 8 years ago. You had to start all over. What would you do anything different? Would you change a little? Would you change nothing? What would you do right now?
I would have immediately started looking for a cure for COVID, and I'd have had it done by now, and then we'd all be a hero at this point. So.
Didn't you guys just love this guy?
Hey, you asked me. I'm just saying.
That's it right there, isn't it? You got a guy that goes around the world, has an amazing product, has an amazing company, joins the eMagic world, and can just chime in like that. Was that just perfect? Yeah, that's totally awesome. You want to say something?
No, all right, we're good.
You're on it so far. Okay,
yeah,
good.
all right.
So you're saying you're good where you are. No, I will just chime in a little. So you started your store about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I heard it was a big takeover, not a big takeover, but like space. You got a huge property, and I got to see you I got to see you in the infancy stage, and kind of almost towards the ending of the stage where you're just about to get it all built. So how is your store going, and how are you incorporating your family? We believe that this should be a family business.
That's right.
And many years ago you saw that from us, but definitely I want to hear your story of how you brought, or what do you do with your family?
Well, two things. I want to answer real quickly your question. Would I have done anything different? I know I was kind of kidding around there, but I really wouldn't. I believe that everything is for a reason. Have there been some big challenges? Absolutely. But because of those challenges, we are where we are today. So I wouldn't change anything. That doesn't mean that you don't do it differently as you move forward, but I wouldn't have changed anything that we've done there. So that's that. As far as the store, we actually opened that store because we just saw such a huge need for the community to have a place to come and actually learn, not just walk in and get water and walk out like a water and ice or something like that. We wanted to make a place where people, anybody of any age or whatever, could come in, sit down, have access to anything they needed to watch videos or read articles or talk to someone at the store. And so that's what we did. We opened up that store, and it's done very well. If I'm truly being honest about it, next time I don't think we would have used so much space. Everyone is different, but I think we would have made it a little bit of a smaller space. You could still get as much done. But aside from that, it's been very good. And it is a family store. Cayman, my oldest son, he runs the day-to-day operations. He is there every morning from morning till night without exception, Monday through Saturday. And he handles all of that. Shandy does a little bit more of the marketing. She does a lot of external, going out and doing events. She speaks at a lot of my events with me. She does a lot of demonstrations. And then Riker, he's just whenever he can or wants to go in there or came and needs someone to cover. So that was it. And there was a big part of it. I wanted to make sure that my kids knew how to run a business. It wasn't just about let's make a huge, gigantic amount of money in this business. It was, I wanted the kids to learn how to do accounting, how to do your inventory and all those things. So it served its purposes in a lot of ways. Is it successful? It is. It's paying the bills. We're certainly not getting rich by it, but I'll tell you what, the amount of people that have access to the greatest water in the world that otherwise just simply wouldn't have access to it is one of the greatest blessings we've ever been able to offer and see. So fantastic story. You're all welcome to it anytime. It's in Mesa, Arizona, Kangen Water Store AZ. So you're welcome to it anytime.
Do you guys do programs there like we do in Hawaii's Enagic office where there's a place for people, 25, 30 people to sit and have a program?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How often do you guys do programs there?
We used to do them every other week. We've slowed that down, especially with stay at home and all of that kind of stuff. So we don't do them nearly as much now. And as you guys know, most of the time, unless you do a quarterly event or something, most of your events are going to be 20, 30 people. Well, we've got space for a couple hundred people. So again, it's just too much space. I would have done something that was a little warmer if I had it to do over, a little warmer, a little more close quarters. Everyone sits together, learns from each other, talks, meets each other. But yeah, we do events there.
Well, I'm gonna throw my coin in there. I'm gonna say, if you guys ever want 1, 2, 3 Science of Water, please invite me. I'll do a program at your location.
Definitely.
The organic water as possible. All right, so we got a interesting question here. So you started off with health. Now you got a business. But what's your do you actually do health first and business second, or is it 50-50? Where are you at right now in the Enagic world of prospecting, selling machines, or helping people with water on the selling business side versus the health side? Where are you at right now?
Number one, that's a very fair and legitimate question, but with absolutely no disrespect, I will say that it doesn't matter. Meaning that for me, yes, it's the health side because that's my love and my passion. But I'll tell you what, if I was broke, then it's going to be the financial side. So there's no, you should be in it for this or for this. Me, it's the health side. But I would say by far and away, more people are in it for the amazing financial and business opportunity that it provides. The only thing that you guys know I try and really, really, really promote is don't be in this for the business and the money and try and act like you're in it for the health. It's just disingenuous, and people will read through that very, very quickly. If you're in it for the money, be honest. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being in it for the money. And by the good fortune, you get to be in it for the money with a product that improves people's life. And that's amazing. But we just see so many people that try and come across as, the greatest, biggest heart, and I'm all about helping you. And then if someone doesn't buy a machine, all of a sudden they're mad at you. Well, that's not really about what it's all about. So be true to what you're in this business for. And I think you'll be much more successful and certainly much more happy.
Exactly.
That is true.
Shan, that's probably the biggest thing that we talk about to all of our teams, that, you gotta be real. I won't say for myself what I do, but I definitely know that we teach us in our groups that, hey, if you're gonna be to love on people, your team will grow and grow no matter which way you do it. I mean, but just loving on people, and if that's your goal, your business will grow. It'll grow huge, incredibly.
Yeah.
Business grows.
Yeah.
Yeah, when your first statement was like, okay, I'm done. Conversation's over. Yes, we learned a lot. That's a big gold nugget. Second one, now that's a great gold nugget you just said. That's an impressive statement because we as people need to understand how interesting, how much mistakes we make and what we do. But you are right. That is, I want to teach people about water, and just because of that, I get to participate with this program with an amazing company. You're right. The product is there. I mean, you can't. There's nothing. Like really, there's nothing bad you can say about Enagic. I mean, that's the greatest thing you got there. I'm gonna. Are we? I know for a. I know we're in COVID-19. I know, but even prior to that point, we were looking into some social media processing. What's your take, and what have you done at this point in the social media?
You can even add is your family. What's your kids doing?
Yeah,
not only you, but what your kids are doing.
Give us a hint what you're doing, and maybe some of your secrets that you can give us, so we can maybe we can look at it and maybe we can change a little bit or adjust.
Change somebody else's life.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I don't do a lot of social media. I'm not good at it. I admit I'm not good at it. But I think that goes back again to us being true to ourselves. Social media is fantastic, but if you don't enjoy doing it and you're not seeing results from that, I just know I'm going to see a lot more results by going out and going from person to person or house to house or team to team or whatever it is. Now, my kids, on the other hand, they're a lot more adept to the social media stuff. And so, both of them have made, I don't know how many, but sales based on Facebook ads or, some of the programs they're doing. I know Siha had put a lot of time and work and effort into some programs and things like that. There are some people that know that side of it. That's just not a question for me. I wouldn't know the first way to answer the best way about going about it.
That's awesome. That is me in a nutshell. I love that answer. Right on. So for those of you guys, what I just heard him say from my opinion is that social media is not his thing, but he does have a team around him that utilizes that process. And like I said last week and the week before, the team. This is a team effort. This business is a team effort. There is no one out there that's successful. No one out there successful that's doing it by himself. There's no Bill Gates just by himself. There's no Steve Jobs. There's nobody out there that's doing it by himself. But when you create a team around you and they're proficient at what they do, you just let them do what they do, and you do what you do, and you guys work together hand in hand. So that's a great answer. This is an interesting question. Since we got both sides in it, your family's in it, you're in it. So how many families you think? Now, this is a hypothetical question with the results that you got. How many families you think that you have helped this year? In an average every year, like say, not the first couple of years, but like now, what do you think? What do you think your average people you help in a month or in a year, in your opinion?
I would have to say, what was that final?
In the Enagic business or in the water business.
Yeah. If we're talking just the Enagic business, I would probably have to say several hundred this year and maybe several thousand in a full year. Not so much from my direct assistance, but that's the beauty of network marketing, is my influence to one individual may influence hundreds or thousands of others. And so that's what's fun. It's like digging for little gold nuggets. Is you might find one little one that leads you to a bunch more. So yeah, I think that's the fun part about looking at what we do in this business, is allowing ourselves to really touch the lives of tens of thousands of people every single time we talk to one person.
That's so awesome. I mean, and I know you get to travel, but I know your family's, your office is in Arizona, and in the process of that just tells me that you're out there willing to help lots of people. You and your organization and your family, specifically your family more, is willing to help. You know, and we're in a world that that they need help. I mean, before this event happened, before March 20th or whatever we're going to call this process, before this happened, you were still in the helping process and just willing to help people. I just love that idea. You know, I've got more questions, but I'm gonna wrap it down to my a off the topic question. What's your take on events? Like, what's your advice to our teams about going events? I know you participated in many events and you're on stage and let alone off stage. So what's your take?
I love the events if people will go to them with the right mindset and the right reasons for going there. But you can learn so much. And I think events for me, everyone has their own opinions, but for me, events can really give you a lot of warmth and support and motivation. But I'm afraid or days at least, all that exciting warmth and go get them is really brought back down to zero if you don't implement what you learned right away. So no use in going to an event and learning great things and going home and putting those notes in a drawer and going back to doing the same thing you were doing. If you were going to do that, then don't go to the event, quite honestly. That's my opinion. There's so many masters at these events that take notes, learn, ask questions, and then the second you can start implementing and practicing those nuggets that you learned right away. That would be what I would say if you're
We didn't get the last little piece, but everyone else said, so that's good. We got little difficulties here. We've got helicopters flying over us and stuff happening and it's like a war zone. So we apologize if you can't hear us. I hope you guys can see some of what we're saying right now. Can you guys?
Somebody, can we hear?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us? Hello? Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
They can.
Right on.
Nope, I'm out. Someone's out.
Who's out? Shan left us. Can you guys believe that?
No, I'm back.
Oh, back. That is awesome. So my question, because we're talking about an event, are you here this year? If the doors open over here, are you here for Waikiki Super Saturday in November? Can you hear that?
I certainly hope so. I got to ask the boss, but I'm sure she'll say yes.
Awesome. So you guys know what we're saying right now. What we're saying is that besides Tamia and of course Sia Top, Tamia and Tony Williams, Roger, Sabina, Amanda, Sam Tran. These are guys who are saying that they will be here if Hawaii opens the door. They will be here. Then there's surprise guest speakers out of Canada. We have some surprise speakers coming out of Canada. She will help you guys take the UConn to the next level.
Right.
And then we have
someone from Japan, isn't it?
Oh,
someone from
you might even. We have some Singapore guys coming here, and
we got Shan saying yes. If the boss says yes, we're in.
I believe the boss loves us. I believe the boss want to hang out with us. So, and the boss would be joking. I mean, I'm clearing it out. I'm sure everybody wants to come out and hang out with us. And so that's November 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. And that is for our event in Hawaii. So Honolulu, Hawaii, Waikiki Super Saturday. I know that before we do the last things with Shan, everyone want to let everybody know event to event is September 5th, the global event. As long as we understand today, it is still going on in Vegas. And so if you are going event to event, that's the event you want to be at. That's the event you should be at.
Brown's going
to be there. A lot of
amazing speaker.
Totally. And then again, then you follow up in November 13, 14, 15, 16, Hawaii, Waikiki Super Saturday. It's going to be at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. And so that's all in lock. That's as long as they don't tell me they won't fly people here, it'll be still here. Everyone's saying that they'll come 14 days early if they have to. So no matter what, for Hawaii, that's on a go, no matter what. And it'll be awesome because if I'm not mistaken, there'll be an awesome boat cruise with that, dinner cruise.
I heard the lobster to be on this.
Yeah, I heard the lobsters for dinner.
Someone chose for lobster.
I understand. I heard that. So
lobster and steak. Wow.
One of that and a program that's going to be in Hawaii. Hawaii. I mean, in the winter time, and this is the best place to be. So, and for sure, I'm not if I can. But do I have a clip ready for this? Next week we have.
Wait, surprise! Hold on, thought. We'll announce at the end who's gonna be
Exactly.
coming next week. Let's get to the next. But let's ask Shan. We're gonna wrap this up, but we're right at our time. Let's Shan, why don't you give us a good nugget or give us a tidbit that you like. Okay. Give us what would you want our teams to know, or something that you want to say, or at least something that you can leave us off with an amazing note?
I guess probably what I would say, and I don't know why this just came to my mind, but any of you that have done demos or talked to people before about the amazing benefits of our water, a lot of times you start thinking, oh my gosh, I say the same thing over and over and over and over. But guess what? You might say the same thing over and over, but the person you're talking to, it's the first time they've heard it. So say it with the same enthusiasm, with the same excitement, with the same conviction, with the same commitment, with the same, because that's their first chance to really get the emotional tie to what we're doing. So that's what I would say, is just truly remember and put yourself in their shoes where you were before.
That's 3 big giant gold nuggets, gold brick bars you just gave us. That's such an important statement. Last week we did a program and I got a statement saying, you say the same thing. And I was like, that's right. That's because I am passionate of what I'm saying. Your new person didn't hear it. You did, but the new person didn't see it, and that's kind of crucial.
I want to just add something to that for sure. The only way I can explain this in the story would be like, so in the past I played pro paintball. Paintball, shoot paint at each other,
yeah.
and I would come home all the time and I'd talk about it. All the time, I keep talking about it, and my family would be like, "You're sick and tired of listening to you talk about." But that was what I was doing. I was passionate about playing paintball. What are your passions today? Are your friends and family sick of you talking about water? Because if you're not doing that, then you're not there.
Right.
You need to be there. You need to be with your family. I'm tired of hearing about water. Because you care about your families and friends. That's what you keep talking about. You need that passion to go to the next level.
Shan said he helps lots and lots of families already. And by the end of this year, it'll be lots and lots more. I'm sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're passionate of what you do, and you talk a lot about water and nutrition. Sure.
Passionate and talk about it what?
Do you talk about water and do you talk about nutrition passionately, like all the time? Do you?
I do. I'm sure I'm like everybody. There are times that you just kind of get in that little rut or whatever, but I try and often remind myself, hey, they deserve the same commitment to my love of this as everyone else. So I try and keep it up there, but hey, we all find those days where it's tough.
So I want to show, this is a core health product. I'm not going to get that in a better. And so these are packets, all daily supplements that Shan has. And this is awesome because I know a lot of inadequate distributors get this and they use it. And you want to just look up Shan Stratton to understand what this is. We got some, before we ask questions, we got some all these core health bone products, joint products. I know that you probably can reach Shan somehow, some way.
Let me ask Shan,
How do you reach him?
how can we get, if someone wants to learn a little bit more of your products or get some, what's the cue for us to make that happen?
Easiest thing to do, you kind of broke up, but I think you're asking how to get it. The easiest thing to do is just go right to the website, Core, like Apple Core, healthproducts.com, and you can get them right on there, or you can call our 800 number, which is on the website as well. But the internet is by far the easiest way to go, and I hope you all do give it a try. As I look around here, I think most of the people on this call, or many of them anyway, are taking them already. So that I'm certainly humbled about, and hope the rest of you give them a shot.
Right on.
But I know for sure that this will go on. As the programs are clean, they will be will be on Facebook. So we want definitely know how to contact you, and can they contact you to ask questions? Can they contact you and ask questions? I mean, is there a website? Is there a place where they can actually reach you to talk, or text you or email?
Yeah, actually, probably the easiest would be, I'm just going to give you my email address, and if I can get back, I will, but I have someone handle all of those every day anyway. So just Shan, SHAN, at corehealthproducts.com. That's mine, but someone reviews them every day, and if they don't have an answer for it, I'll make sure that it gets answered one way or another, but typically you'll get an answer back that day.
That is incredible.
So we've got some questions from people who are waiting, and we're going to open up for questions and questions. So the first person we've got up is Rod Wyan out of Everson, Washington. And we're going to open him up. Hang on, he's going to ask.
He's asked a question. You have a question.
He's open up. Rod?
Aloha over there.
Aloha.
Hi, Shan. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, Rod?
So my question is one of my people in my business, my son-in-law, is talking to an brand new NFL player who's just drafted this last.
Oh, we lost him then.
You guys lost him, or we lost him?
Did we lose him, or can you still hear him?
I don't hear him either.
Hang on.
Yeah, hold on.
He's way in the mountains, so give him a few seconds. Let's see if we can get him to do it again. Rod, can you?
Sorry about that. My phone just went dead for some reason.
Gotcha.
It's been out. So anyways, my question is that he's really leery about adding anything new to his regiment because he's, like I said, a brand new NFL player. What do you bring into somebody as a first time thing when you're trying to get them to try the water or try the Ukon or even promote your products type stuff? What type of stuff do you present to professional athlete when you're first seeing them?
It's very simple. As much as we all hate to say it, professional athletes are very skeptical, as they should be. Everyone I meet with, I tell them, you've always got to be skeptical, but there's not an athlete out there that isn't interested in two things. If I were able to reduce your soreness or your recovery time and increase oxygen availability while you're on the field, would that be of interest to you? That's all they care about. All they care about is performing better on the field as far as their interest in you. That's all they care about. So if you can't increase their performance on the field, then you're not going to get much airtime with them. So if I can increase the amount of oxygen availability when you're on the field, and if I can reduce your recovery time, would that be of interest? If the answer is no, then that's them politely saying, I'm not going to even talk to you. I'm a professional athlete and I don't have enough respect to even talk to you. Whatever, doesn't matter, but that means no. If they say yes, then now we've got something that we can share with them. And that's where you would go right into, as we reduce acidity, it increases oxygen left over in the red blood cells delivered to the lungs, and therefore increase oxygen that they're on the field.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, that was 4 gold nuggets there.
That is an awesome way to help people.
Make sure to use that Monday when I'm at his house.
Right on. So now, thank you, Rod, for asking the question. Was there more questions?
More questions.
Can we open up Seahawk Talk?
See ya.
Hey guys.
Hello. See ya.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
different
Hey
view.
buddy. Hey, thank you so much, Shan. Amazing as always.
It's always a pleasure to be with you guys, man.
Awesome. What's up? How can I help you guys?
I know you probably have a good question for Shan. You have one for him today?
Well, it's private, but it's never mind. Hey, you're talking some jokesters here. You know, it can't always be so serious, and it can't always be so, all about the health and all. We're a little crazy. We have a different relationship, So, and now we're inviting you all in. So it's a pleasure to not only have you as a business partner, but as a dear friend to all of us. And I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you to you and your beautiful family for always supporting us, for always being there for us. I mean, you've never said no for anything. That just means the world to us. And so I don't have a question. I just have nothing but praise for you, brother. And just you're being blessed.
I do, and I appreciate your work as well.
Awesome.
Awesome. And so I'm going to bring another person on. She doesn't got no clue. She's one of the new speakers at Waikiki Super Saturday this November 13, 14, 15, and 16. She's going to speak on an incredible stage. She's moving up the ranks, definitely. She's in an awesome team. So we want to open up Addie, and I can't. Tamanaha. And so I want to say it right. So as Addie on, hello, can she say something?
Hi.
So
You guys hear me?
yes, we can, definitely. Now we can. So we got Shan here. You've been here watching Shan. So do you have any?
All the notes too. I just saw you keep taking notes upon notes.
Oh my gosh. I am on like my third page. Like I absolutely adore this man. Like I've seen him speak probably like 5 or 6 times. And I never get tired of what he has to share. I never get tired of his passion. I never get tired of his just love for his family. I mean, that's almost rare in a lot of situations. Just his passion oozes from his heart, and I think that's the kind of people that this company brings. It's just people that absolutely loves helping others.
Yes.
That's what I truly appreciate. Absolutely.
Thank you.
So my question to you is, you have hit up all these like pro teams, and it's huge. I wish, and I'm hoping all the pro teams, because this product is absolutely amazing. But how do you get started with it? Like, how do you get introduced to them? Like, do you approach them? Do word of mouth? Do they approach you? Like, how do you kind of get into that environment? I know here in the islands, everyone is just so close-knit, and everyone tries their best to support one another. So I know that there's a lot of just high school teams, right, that have a lot of really, really great athletes that tend to go pro, that tend to go just all these amazing people. So how do you get involved in it? What do you do? What's your process? I'd like to know.
Well, again, I'll say, respectfully, that 99.9% of the time, if you don't have a warm contact, like Rod was talking about a minute ago, I'm assuming he has a warm contact because he's meeting with them on Monday, or did meet with them on Monday, one of the two. But if you don't have a built-in warm contact, as much as I hate to say it, and me, I'm not a negative person, but I promise you, your time would be so much more rewarded financially and every other way if you would just stay away from that and go spend more time building that business with neighbors, friends, family, warm contacts. That's nothing negative against them. It's just that athletic world has such a small circle of influence, and I've seen it hundreds, if not more times, that someone would be introduced to whether it be a professional athlete, be introduced to the water or a juice or this or that or the other. And if in fact they do like it, let's assume for a second that you really gave a great performance and they loved it and they said, man, that's amazing. I can almost promise you, as much as I hate to say it, they're going to go back home. They're going to start making some calls to their head trainer or the athletic trainer. And that trainer's going to say, oh, I've got a contact for you. And this is who we buy our stuff through. And you're going to be cut out. So I don't mean to be negative about it. I'm just saying, if you're really trying to build a business, it's always about time best spent. And it's not with trying to get in with the athletic world unless you have a tie in there. So I hope that's not too negative. It's just the reality.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you.
and then just tie in with that too. Rod is with a bunch of gyms and some promoters. So you are right. When we talk to the promoters here in Hawaii, they want us to get involved with them. It's the warm contact you have to have. You have to have somebody on the inside that's, we've got like guys like Kyle that's already in promoting all these other athletes, and we can get into them. That'll be the reason why they'll be listening to us. So
Exactly.
you're absolutely right. There's, as a pro and a beginner, you're right. That's the way to do it. The warm contact.
Exactly. Warm contact. Right. That is awesome.
Appreciate you telling us, giving us that information. That's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, Ali, for being on.
Thank
I
you,
got
Ali.
one last person. He doesn't know I'm throwing him underneath the bus, but
Every week.
we throw people underneath the bus because, hey, it's not throwing you under. It's an opportunity to talk to Shan right now where he's on. So let's bring up Dean Hernandez.
Where's Dean?
Where's Dean?
Hi, Dean.
Hello?
Oh, you're in the yard.
You're in the back.
Yes.
In the back of his house.
You're in the back of the house.
Nice water right there, ocean.
I heard Shan Stratton, so I figured I better get on a treadmill, do my act. Sorry. But I'm all sweaty, and I just want to thank you and your awesome wife, because every single time, like they said, you always help our teams, and we love you guys. I'm taking those gold nuggets because I got one hard-headed guy very close to me who's a head football coach, and most people know who he is, and I'll use those nuggets, of course, lovingly and in the right time. But thank you so much for all your information. It always helps, and we love you guys. Take care and be safe, and hope to see you guys in November.
So,
Thanks.
He does have an amazing brother that does amazing things as a coach. So
yeah,
Yeah.
incredible guy, incredible, awesome. He does a lot of stuff for the community of Hawaii.
yeah.
His brother's incredibly, and
He's not tried the water, I'm guessing.
but one of these days we'll get them to see the light from Dean for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap this up now, so I know that.
Who's the speaker for next week?
So the speaker for next week will be Amanda Janis.
Yes.
The bodybuilder coming out of Seattle, and the
Yes.
incredible
Awesome.
nice young lady. She will be on, and I want to let you guys know that she's gonna be she's into if you got a fear, then she'll bring it out and help you guys. She come out of an incredible background of bodybuilding, but the fear of talking to people and why and how did she in a year just go right through it. And it's just the determination that you have in yourself. If you want to be on a stage like Hawaii Super Saturday, you just want it bad enough for you. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? And so, yeah, you guys can hear it. And here she is. Amanda Janis is like, so that's going to be next week, Thursday, May 21st, 11 o'clock, Hawaii Standard Time. And I do have a surprise speaker for the following week. And he's coming out of Indonesia. And the hint is he owns an awesome motorcycle that says Enagic on it.
That's
if
right.
you guys know what that means, he'll be on 2 weeks from today. He's waking up 3 o'clock in the morning to be on that program. So that's gonna be awesome. He's gonna watch the repeat in a little while, but and he's gonna hear it.
So before we let Shan go, he probably is busy enough to take off, but we appreciate what you've done. Thank you so much. And I'll throw a little nugget back to you. You show up to you show up to what you're supposed to Saturday. If you can remember the statement, in the basket that goes to your room, you'll have a present. You'll have a little different surprise because who you are and from last year's Super Saturday. I'll make sure there's a little surprise for you in your basket. We appreciate all you've done. Thank you so much for helping our teams out. Thank you not for the gold nuggets. Thank you for the gold bricks that you've given us. Appreciate that. People back here like this.
Exactly.
You're so awesome. Appreciate that.
I love you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
We have an incredible staff doing everything back here. I'm gonna at least take their masks off so they can actually say hi.
Getting ready.
Definitely want to thank you guys. Can thank Shan personally. We got that ready to go. So this is a project. When we do something like this, there's more people behind the scenes. There's a lot of people behind the scenes, and there's actually people that's walking out right now, so they're not.
To avoid the cameras.
Right, exactly, and so we got this. Is it in? Is it there? We're getting it right now, guys. It's right now. It's. I'm trying to get this up. Maybe. Hey, you got it. You know, you're gonna have a flip. It's not flip. It's flip, guys. Tell Shan what you guys really feel when you guys back here because you guys did it right. Hey, I can't see him. I can't see him. Where is it? Hold on. Wait, hold on, guys. We don't got him. Hold on. Hold on. We don't see it. Where are you? Where are you? No, okay. No, take it off me. Sorry, guys. We took the guys off and we're.
I'm not getting
Hey, no, on the bottom. Take that. Get off. Look at Get off. Yes. Hold on. There you go.
Hi. Shan.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you soon.
So you got mom and dad on that side for now. And now the guys be able to share. Say hi to mom and dad.
Yes, we're here. Our heart love is for you guys, all of you.
Love ya.
Right. Alrighty. So
Bye.
love you big time.
Thank you.
Oh, Chris. Love you guys big time.
Love you guys.
Hey, give a hug to incredible Barbie, Jody. So give her a hug from us. Love you guys. I'm still. We're out here.
Do you guys? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll see you in Arizona this year. We'll be there in a couple of months when they open up the place. We'll see you up there.
Aloha, Dan.
Forward to it. See you, Rod. See Ha. Thank you guys all. Ali, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
you,
Shan.
Shan.
It was so nice
Aloha.
to see you.
Take care.
Thank you,
Bye.
Karen.
Bye. See you in
Bye.
November.
Oh, everybody.
Derek. Someone.
Hey.
Right.
Aloha.
Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Love you guys. You gotta-
Cut us off. Maybe.